Hello students, this is our third lecture on correlation analysis. So in the first two lectures I have just given you the introduction or basic feel of what the concept correlation is. Now we come to the theoretical part that is very useful for your final examination, for your understanding and for your making notes. So whatever today I will give you in form of this PPT and pictures, you have to make notes out of it, and I will give you some questions based on these things. So first of all, as I have already told you what correlation analysis is. Correlation analysis is the statistical method to evaluate the strength of a relationship between two quantities or variables. When two things are given, two different data types are given, you just have to find the strength of relationship, whether they are strongly related or weakly related or not related at all. So this is given in this diagram, or you can say in this scatter diagram, in which first picture show the positive correlation, means one quantity is increasing with the other, and second negative correlation means one quantity is increasing but the other is decreasing. In third, there is a no correlation between the variables. So now come to the definition of correlation is it is a statistical technique that can show whether or how strongly pair of variable or data sets are related. For example, weight and height are related. Taller people tend to have heavier than shorter people. This is a very life example. We can say the weight of the taller people is more, so weight and height are related. So to find the relationship, okay, how strongly they are related, we use the statistical technique called correlation. So here are some sayings by the great statistician. Now third thing that is in your syllabus is type of correlation. So we divide the correlation, you find the types of correlation on three bases. First is on the basis of degree of correlation. Degree of correlation means if its two types are positive correlation and negative correlation. Second is on the basis of number of variables. So when you do this correlation analysis, how many variables do you have? If you have only two variables, that is called simple correlation or linear correlation. If you have more than two variable, so that will be the case of partial and multiple correlation. We will study it later. And on the basis of linearity, the types of correlation are two, that are linear correlation and non-linear correlation. So first, on the basis of degree positive correlation, it means this diagram show it exactly what it is. When one quantity is increasing, other is also increasing, right? This is positive correlation. If one quantity is decreasing, other is also decreasing. They go up and down simultaneously. Now second type is negative correlation. Negative correlation means if one quantity is going up, other is going down, when they are inversely related with each other. One is decreasing while the other is increasing. This type of correlation is called negative correlation. Then the second basis is on the number of variable. So on the number of variable, first correlation type is simple correlation. As I have told you, when we study the correlation between two variables only, x and y, like in this picture you can see okay, we have taken only two boxes, one represent diet and other represent weight loss. So we have to find the connection between diet and weight loss, okay, whether they are related with each other or not, or if they are related, how strongly they are related. So this type of correlation between two variables is called simple correlation. Now multiple correlation means a correlation in which we have multiple variable, not two, more than two. They can be 3, 4, 5. If we study the correlation between more than two variable, that correlation is called multiple correlation. And third part is partial correlation. Partial correlation is a particular type of multiple correlation. You have more than two variables, but you consider only two variable to find the correlation between them. We take the third variable as constant. So keeping the other variable constant and considering relationship between two variables only is called partial correlation. Now the other basis on which we find the type of correlation is on the basis of linearity. So it can be a linear means lying on a line. If they form a straight line, that is a linear correlation. If data form a some type of curve, not a straight line, that is called non-linear correlation. On a line or not on a line, on this basis they are called linear and non-linear correlation. So these are the types. You have to make notes and write all the types here. Now next is importance of correlation, or what is the need to study this thing. So what is the need? Because it measure the degree of relation, whether two quantities are positively or negatively related. We came to know after studying this. Now next importance is estimate value of variable. If you find the relationship two variable then if you know the value of one variable, you can find the value of the other variable based on the relationship. So that will give us a practical application. And the third very important thing, that it help us understanding economic behavior of various things. Now next thing is correlation and causation. Correlation is the statistical technique to measure the degree of relationship between two data sets, whether they are strongly related or weakly related or not related at all. So this is the statistical technique. On the other side, causation word has come up from causal, and it means the effect of one thing on the another. Like when we eat more, we tend to have more weight. When there is this picture, this is shown in this picture, that when there is a sunny weather outside, then we tend to have more ice creams and we tend to have more sunburn. So these things are cause and effect things. So in correlation, this is not the case. Two data sets are not the result of effect of something on the another. So like in this picture we can see that sale of ice cream will increase with the hot weather. The effect of hot weather is to increase the sales of ice cream and to have the people have more sunburn. So these are cause effect things. But in correlation we study the data like the sales of ice cream and the sunburn relationship. So we can study these things in correlation, but causation is different from correlation, as it is only for the data which depend upon each other, which are the cause and effect of one data on the other. So but for statistical analysis we need to study both these things. Why? Because objective of research or scientific analysis, whatever we do, is to identify which variable is related to which another variable in what way. So like is there any relationship between person's education level and their health? We have to find those relationship, and the policy makers and decision maker keep these things in mind before making the policies for the people. So both these concepts hold importance. So we will do the next in the next lecture.